Yo, 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 welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Rob.
Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob. Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob.
Seem like I ain't been here in forever. God damn me, but I'm back. Y'all know me, Rob. We got Sean E. Marie in the building. And we got Elijah back. Y'all remember Elijah, don't y'all? Y'all got to. Y'all got to remember Elijah. What's been going on? Y'all been good? Well, y'all been good? I know. That's why. But still, hey, you been good, though.
I'm blessed by the blood of Jesus.
Yeah. Good. Real quick, Tigers lost.
House money.
I had my coat on to show us some good luck,
That's a nice
but
one.
thank you.
I'm
But
a fashion girl, so that's a nice one.
Appreciate it. But goddamn it, hey, they'd be better next year.
Hey, this year was house money.
Yeah.
You asked me a month and a half ago if they would have gotten here. I would bet you 4-1. No way.
That's just like the Lions did last year. They didn't expect them, so next year we'd be straight. That's how I look at it.
You right about that?
But shit, man, we gonna get into Kicking It with Rob's breaking news with me, Rob. Let's get it. So look, I know y'all seen on the news. As of, I believe he said the shit yesterday, Trump made the quote saying that if Kamala Harris win the election, then the whole country will be like Detroit.
What that mean? We thriving.
What you mean?
I mean, if the whole country gonna be like Detroit, we thriving because we thriving.
No, I know that. I saw something.
That's we gonna take it as a positive and not a negative.
Correct.
The orangutan did not mean it as a positive.
No, he didn't.
I know he didn't.
But he meant what he said. He does not mean that Detroit is not flourishing. It is. His problem is it is flourishing despite the fact that the majority of the population is not white. And he's like, hey, if Kamala Harris wins, the country might thrive, but people who are not white will be doing that thriving. And like the rise and the prosperity of people of color somehow means necessarily white people have to suffer. That is the minds of people like the orangutan.
And you know why? Because they did us so bad for so long and the way they treated us. So they're afraid that it may be getting done to them. Karma, that thing, that's what they're scared of. But as Black people, we are more compassionate
Show you right.
as a race than the other people.
Yeah, like I say, I saw that first. I was like, this motherfucker crazy for even saying that around election time when Michigan is a big voting
It's a
poll
swing
for him.
state.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And on top, and he said it in Michigan.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's crazy. That's
Well,
crazy.
he's not planning on winning the Black vote or the Detroit vote. He's planning on winning the rest of the state. And his means is by fanning the fear that created in the 70s what they call white flight. He meant what he said, hey, if Kamala Harris wins, if the Democrats, the liberals win, you saw Obama was running things, you want another person of color to be the president? No. I mean, do you want things to be like Detroit where you have Black businesses and Black people?
Thriving businesses.
He don't want to see that. So the implication is somehow that means white people aren't thriving in Detroit, which is bull. They are.
Right.
But he's just one of those, primates that is threatened by seeing anyone prosper, alongside him, not even instead of him, alongside him. And I guess y'all know where I'm voting. But yeah, he disrespected, my people in my city.
Absolutely.
So, I say F Donald Trump.
And then you have to understand, as Obama always have to remind people, is that he got somebody's shit on his term. And all the positive things that happened during the time in Donald Trump's term, that was all from Obama, not from Donald Trump. So now we're facing deficits right now because of Donald Trump.
Right.
When everybody think the money came, they're so excited about the money because they got a $1,200 stimulus check and they was able to become criminals and scam on his watch. Then that's something. Yeah, he created that, of
He
course.
even opposed that.
Yeah.
Really, it was the Democrat-controlled Congress that pushed that through.
Mhm.
But he insisted his name be on the check,
Attached to it.
and it worked. I know a lot of
Yes.
foolish people that think, oh yeah, Trump gave us money. Yeah, any penny you got, they wrung from his ass. But he gonna tell you, look what I did for you. You know, and obviously that's not the nature of this discussion. But we could talk specifically about legislative failures on his part.
Yeah.
You know, but
Well, shit, man. Well, hey, he might have just fucked up his Michigan votes. I assume he
hope
did.
so. I
You
hope
know
some of
what
these
I'm saying?
Negroes that's telling me
And
to
then
do
let me
Trump.
say this: before, a while back, remember when me, you, and Drew was talking? I ain't know who I was gonna vote for. I wasn't gonna vote. But now,
So you double back into this conversation we had about
now I
2
ain't gonna
months
go
ago?
into the conversation. But
Oh.
I'm just saying, I will make a vote now. I will make a vote now. At first, I ain't know. I will make a vote.
Okay.
In other news, prayers to the people in Florida. Hurricane Milton went through there and tore some shit up. Messed up a lot of homes.
No, it was Helen at first. Then Milton came. Milton didn't do no
I think
damage.
the other
like
one, the
Ellen
other one did more.
the damage.
Yeah, the other one did the damage.
I just want to know
Yeah.
why they got black people name. Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, but but yeah, I want to say prayers out to the people out there, man. And I saw something. I don't know if it was real or not, but the government wasn't trying to help the people out there. If I'm wrong, I mean, if what I saw was right or was it wrong?
I mean, I've seen a few things about this situation saying that FEMA is denying claims for people. I was listening to something where a guy had called in with another person and they were complaining about how the government, lit his exact words, is playing in their effing face and they're denying their claims and they dag near about to die and they're giving all the money to the immigrants, the $5,000 stipends, the $10,000 on the bridge cards. And I've seen another one. I was talking about it on my social media earlier this week. I made a post about it that this lady had $14,000. Well, let me get it exact. $13,401.23 in food stamps on a card and $4,400 in cash. I ain't never seen that as a black person on assistance ever, because I've been there. I've been on assistance before. I'm not ashamed to say it. And they gave me a punk ass $200. As soon as I got a job, they cut me off.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I feel them.
Yeah, I saw that
And
guy.
it's wrong.
Yeah, I saw the dude. He was talking on Breakfast Club. Damn near crying. I damn near
Oh,
cried
yeah, I
too.
heard that
Goddamn,
one
that
too.
shit was
I
sad as
did
hell.
cry when I heard it.
I ain't cried. If
I
I did, I
did.
wouldn't tell y'all. Goddamn it.
Ain't
But
doubt.
Did.
you know what I'm saying?
He was crying though.
No, I ain't cried, but it was fucked up.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, and I can see it too, because I used to work in retail before I started working at the car wash. And I used to see the Chaldeans and stuff come in there, use their bridge cards, and I give them their receipt, and I can see they balance. Not to be nosy, but just
It's
damn.
on there.
You know what I'm saying? How in the hell you get all this? But yeah, the government, in my opinion, I don't know if they're dangerous or not, but it's just my opinion. I think they give a fuck about everybody
But black
but
people.
us. But
That
us.
wasn't dangerous.
Now, when I say black people, I mean not when I say
Americans
us. I'm not,
too. I just
yeah,
feel
just
like
the United States.
look at the veterans. It's veterans out here that don't have living, then lost their limbs, legs, arms, and don't have nowhere to stay. They out here panhandling on the street. Look at Skid Row. All these people has lost jobs. They living out their cars. I was just talking to a guy today. And he was saying how he used to live in California and he started living in his car and it got bad and he felt like, hey, I'm going back to Michigan. So he came back here and now he's talking about, I think I want to go back to California and live in my car because the weather is not going to change. I was like, wow.
How you feel about it, Elijah?
I try to be very careful before I step out when I haven't done the research. Uh, I don't know how much money has been allocated for this purpose or that purpose. I've listened to the governor of Florida, and I've listened to the mayors of some of the cities say that the government has been the federal government has been most forthcoming and supportive of the efforts to, provide relief. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard different things. Um,
It's ways less than they've been giving the Ukraine people.
well, now that I'm
So it's
fairly
all
certain
tied
that's the
in.
case.
And
Yeah.
then you, I think too, you have to talk to the people that's suffering and that's in it. Like this was an actual person that was in the storm, and he said that they deny his claim
Mhm.
and that the government is playing in their face. I can quote him on that because I heard him say it out his mouth. And so my whole thing is everybody ain't lying now.
Yeah.
Everybody is not lying.
Yeah. I can believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can imagine anything that involves a few 100,000 applicants for a
Mhm.
certain amount of money. There's going to be some errors made. There's going to be some legitimate claims that are denied. There's going to be some fraudulent claims that are granted. Uh, I guess again, I would have to wait to see the paperwork, to see the final thing, to see what the count is and who got what, whatever. But I'm quite sure there are some people who need help that are not getting
Mhm.
it. I'm quite sure we're talking about millions and millions, well, hundreds of thousands of people, and I'm quite sure there's a few scam artists
Mhm.
that are
Waiting.
getting some things that they do
Waiting.
not need, and but that's impossible to completely eliminate or
Mhm.
immediately. Hopefully, what's supposed to happen is going to happen over time. But again, I can't tell you about whether or not the government's really mishandling that or they're handling it correctly.
Mhm.
I don't know enough about it. I have some friends that are down there, and hopefully I'll
Yeah.
talk to them when they get their lives together, and we'll find out.
But prayers out to them. And
Yes.
people, what y'all gonna find out about Mr. Elijah? If he ain't got no facts, he ain't gonna comment. So whenever he starts saying something, you can probably look that shit up. You know what I'm saying? You can probably look it up, goddammit. Lastly, in this breaking news segment, Diddy was denied bail for the third time and looked like he ain't gonna get it till, is it May
Spring of
of
next year.
2025? He may have to sit down in the bean, goddammit. How y'all feel about that?
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of knew that he wasn't gonna get. They weren't gonna let his ass out. Yeah.
And you and I have discussed this. I am a strong advocate for innocence until proven guilt.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I do understand a judge, based on the accusations and the crimes that he's accused of, presuming that the grand jury has evidence that I haven't seen that implicates him. That doesn't mean he's necessarily guilty,
Mhm.
but with the wealth and resources and power that he has, he is reasonably termed a flight risk. And they might be like, hey, with your money and your power, if we let you go out on your own, you'll disappear. And that's that. So we not letting you go anywhere. So I'm not saying that's the call I would have made, but I'm not going to say that, oh, they wrong how they doing this guy. I mean, I don't know enough about the facts. But, I mean, hey, the boy's in trouble.
Yeah, he in bad shape.
I just feel like Hugh Hefner been doing this same thing Diddy been doing for years. I haven't heard about him beating on anyone, but right now you have
Or
to let.
drugging.
But let me get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, because who's to say he didn't drug nobody?
Yeah.
Back then, you had the rich people drugs. They was sniffing cocaine all night long,
Correct.
going on 3-day binges. Same thing Diddy. They say these 3-day binges.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to get back to what I was saying, what was I saying before you said something? I
Hugh
was
You're
Hefner.
comparing him
yeah,
to
Yeah.
to Hefner, like, he had parties like this. He had the celebrities at his party, and this was a known sex mansion, Playboy mansion. You know what I mean? These are grown people. When you walk, they said Diddy is not the one that's giving them the drugs. They say when they walk in, they're asked to drink a glass of champagne and you choose the drug of your choice before you walk in. Now, me personally, I don't take drugs, so I wouldn't have been allowed to enter those parties because I would have refused. Like, I take that champagne, but I don't take drugs. So, and I've been to those parties. And when I say that I've never been forced to do anything, I never seen him do anything. I never seen him mistreat anyone. And this is my personal experience. Now, I don't condone no man putting his hands on a woman at all, but you have to look at the circumstances. She laughed at another black woman for getting beat the hell out of. She thought it was cool for Kim Porter to get done up. But now that the table has turned on her, it's not good for her. Why didn't they expose when Kim Porter was going through it and everything else? So now Cassie is in the limelight and she dealt with that because she was even one of the people that was setting up the parties. She was one of the people that was orchestrating and forcing the men to have sex. This was in documents too. So are we gonna pull her into court and put her on the stand?
Well,
Let's
maybe she
get
need
to the
be.
root of it.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
I don't know.
and baby oil is not illegal.
I suspect that you and I are in very much agreement.
Yes.
Be specific.
It got hot in here, boy.
I don't.
She didn't got robbed. What's up?
Yeah, she doesn't appreciate this whole thing. Let me preface my comments with the fact that I've never been a fan of Mr. Combs. I have one record that he has something to do with. I didn't like him in his prime. I've never liked or respected him, and I'm not going to cry about what happens to him, so I'm not invested in it. Now, that said, much like Hefner, much like other people I could name, I believe R. Kelly.
Yes.
And other celebrities I can name.
Bill Cosby.
He was a wild boy that did a whole lot of different wild things sexually. I believe that he smacked people, beat people's ass, whatever.
Me too.
But see, here's the thing. People make their choices about what they're going to deal with. And Cassie, as an example, stayed with and dealt with this man's nonsense because she thought she was going to be, quote unquote, Mrs. Diddy and get half of that 800 million. She was cool until he said, okay, I'm going to move on, get me a youngster now, you can go. And she's like, oh, so I got to go get a job? Hold up. Now, I have no doubt that Combs beat up people. I have no doubt that he had sex with people without necessarily their conscious consent. I have little doubt that happened with a lot of those people that we named. Anybody underage, you should be under the jail regardless. So I'm not defending that. But the challenge of the prosecution is going to be to prove that these people did not allow this to take place. You know how much I can't stand the orangutan. One thing he said that was gospel truth, you can grab him by the pee. If you're a billionaire, you can do that. Now, the question is your judgment sound? You grab a person who isn't down, now you can go to prison for that.
Right.
But there's plenty of people, male and female, that will grab their proverbial ankles if they feel like, oh, I'm going to be able to get paid, whatever. And, like I think R. Kelly, who I've never liked. R. Kelly, I don't
like R.
believe. Kelly, I've never been a fan. Never liked him even before all this came out. I have no doubt that he's a serial statutory rapist, and he should be in prison for that. But nobody's demonstrated for me that he ever forced any grown person to participate in his things. Now, they say, oh, he chained me up. Funny how, when they got you on video shopping, with his credit card.
Thank you.
He out of country.
Thank you.
Diddy,
he on tour somewhere and you
chilling in the mansion.
Did not leave this mansion. You weren't forced. You could have walked while you shopping. You could have said help in the store and somebody could have got you help. Like, really? Are you serious?
People sell their behinds, and when they don't get what they thought they were going to get, many times they come back. Now, I'm not saying I know that's the case with Combs. And in theory, the evidence will come out, and if he's guilty of these crimes, I want him under the jail.
And I have one more thing to say. And even with the Cassie situation, as I've said before, Cassie was a willing participant. First of all, Cassie was 16 when she met Diddy. Where was her parents at? And this was all on public TV before all of this came out. Second, y'all have to understand, like Elijah said, Cassie was on Diddy's payroll. When her payroll ran out, she married that guy, which Diddy was paying also. Y'all have to listen to me. Diddy was paying his salary also because he was who? Her trainer.
Mm-hmm.
So that means both of their money has run up. Now, they said the reason why Cassie can't do criminal charges against Diddy is because Diddy, the statute of limitation is up, so he was paying her for all those 7 years. When those 7 years was up, he got cocky and said, F you, B, I ain't giving you no more money. That's when she came and said, okay, if you don't give me no more money, I'm going to do this $30 million lawsuit and I'm going to sue your ass. So Diddy, if he would have just paid her and quiet her up,
This one never came
this
out.
would have never came up. He said, fuck her. And that's what happened. And so with her going publicly with it, now the statute of limitation is up. We gonna show this video that we got 50,000 for, and we gonna sell it to the government, or we gonna sell it to this person. And now he's exposed. Now you have other allegations coming out against him.
And these are all people
Yep.
that stand to gain a great deal financially. And again, I'm not saying Combs is innocent or guilty, but
Nope.
I am saying that a lot of people are willing to do whatever it takes to get their money right.
Yes.
And when they don't get their money right afterward, now they
pissed.
want to cry.
They pissed.
I gave the theoretical example to Rob, and I'll give it again real quick. Harvey Weinstein is the king of those sorts of things. Now, imagine I am an artist. I do a little bit of singing, a little bit of spoken word, a little bit, I can do little things. If Harvey Weinstein approached me and said, hey, Elijah, I want to make a movie with you. I want to, make you a star. I'm going to be like, wow, Mr. Weinstein really? He said, yeah, we're going to have Prince do your soundtrack. We're going to have Scorsese direct it. Wow. And probably the first week that it comes out, you're going to probably make $20 million. Wow, Mr. Come on to my penthouse. We'll talk about it. We come to the penthouse and he says, hey, have some champagne. I have some champagne. I pass out. I wake up. I've been violated. Now I'm furious. I want blood. I'm ready. I come out in the hallway. I'm ready to raise hell. Prince is over doing my soundtrack. Scorsese is doing his thing.
You got
Well,
your mansion.
Where is Weinstein? Oh, he's in Rome, but he said we got this. Now I have a decision to make. I can go to war with this man. Now he's got, at that time before he was convicted, he's got pictures with the president. He's got pictures with Denzel. He's a known philanthropist.
Right.
He's got all of this stuff on his side, and I can go to war with him and let the whole world know that he violated me. If I win, I get paid, I move on, whatever. If I lose, the world still knows he violated. And I'm back, at the car wash. Or I can shut my mouth and
It's
I
your
can make
asshole
this
store.
movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I can say, and I go, but then I'm gonna be taking pictures with him. I'm gonna be at the Oscars, the Grammys.
And a lot of
Now,
people chose that.
they
Yeah.
sold they behind. And I'm
A lot
not
of
saying
people chose
that's
that.
nice, and I'm not saying I hate those people. But when you make your choice to say I'm going to take the safe route and go for the money, the burden of proof is on the accuser, not the accused. I can't come back after years of enjoying the stardom and the fame that this man created for me and enjoying the wealth, and I'm taking pictures with him, I'm on vacation with him, whatever. Now I'm gonna come out and say, yeah, he drugged me and took my behind. Well, now you got to prove that, because he can say, this is my boy.
Right.
Look at the videos.
Right.
This is my boy. We've been boys forever. Yeah,
Right.
I did that, but it was consensual.
Right.
And I'm sure that a lot of people can talk about, oh, Diddy beat me up? Diddy, I had a black eye, whatever. He said, but that was our thing. Because some people get into that.
Right.
And, no, how come,
You
we
didn't
was
say
hanging out?
nothing in. Why
So,
you didn't say nothing in?
Right.
Because,
Oh,
I was reading some Corinne Stephens said today. She said, I was
That's
living that
Superhead,
life.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
She was like, I was living that life. And I'm not going to ever say that Diddy forced me to do anything. She said, the people that sent her there, she went there on her own. Once they sent, he did what he did. She did what she did, and she was cool with it. She said she wasn't forced. She took the drugs because she wanted to.
She thought
And
she was
that's
gonna
just
get
what,
paid.
yep. And that's
Didn't
what
happen.
it was.
All right, hey.
Buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
And let me be clear before we finish off. I don't condone rape. I don't condone domestic violence. But as Elijah say, innocent until proven guilty. That's what I do believe in. And in my eyes and what I've seen, I haven't never seen him act in that manner, but I've heard stories.
Right.
That's it.
But we'll see what happened, goddammit. We'll see next year.
And I've been around
yeah.
him, so.
Well, all right, that's it for Kicking It with Rob's breaking news, goddammit. Oh, I gotta do. See, I ain't got Tony here to do the hum. You know, me and her usually do the harmony and shit.
Well,
but she'll
I
be
don't
back.
have, like
Yeah.
Elijah said, he's a performer. He's
Elijah ain't fucking with
poetic.
me on no singing, man.
I
No, bullshit.
I don't know what. I have no idea what. You know,
It's some silly. No, it's some me
It's
and
just
Tony shit. She'll be back. So, yeah. Well, shit. Look, let me get into this topic, man, because there's two things I want to talk about today. One of them, I saw this clip. I don't even know what it was because I don't remember seeing the name of the podcast. I assume it was a podcast, to shout the brother out. Because I really don't like looking at clips and then bring it on, but it was just so, you know what I'm saying? So the guy was talking to a woman on the show. He asked her if she had a son and he, you did. If she had a son and he failed, and he got a bad grade in school, what would you do? She said that I would tell him it'll be okay and I would help him get a better grade. Then he asked her, if your son was to fall, what would you do? And, scrape his knee or something. She said, I would pick him up and clean him up and make sure he all right. So the guy asked her, he said, that's what men, from when we are boys to grown men, that's what we always saw from our moms. And the women today, and I would say most, now when I say most, I ain't saying all, they have forgotten their purpose to men. Because it started when they was little, when they was a mother to their son that's little, what they did, and it never exceeded. After that, it's like, your ass fall, you on your fucking own. I think that's how the world is right now. And I think that shit leads to a lot of I'm trying to word this right. The way the relationships is right now, it's not none. It's not no faithful, real relationships. I ain't gonna say none, but it's not a lot. How y'all feel about that? You agree, disagree?
Partially.
All right.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, because my grandson, he's going to be conditioned to feel like, hey, my Gigi did this, so he would, want that in.
I'm sorry. You don't look like a grandmother. Okay, I needed a moment. Okay, please continue.
I love you.
I'm sure you've heard that before.
But when you come from a home, that's why they say you have to look at a guy's background or a woman's background when you're dating, because it has a lot to do with how your relationship will go. A lot of how your relationship will go. And
Just real quick. So it's like when most men say, well, some men, I ain't gonna say most because I don't know, but some men will say, I want a girl like my mom.
no, because some of them, they mama wasn't shit.
But now I don't know. I think that's what they mean.
No, that's not. But that's where you have this part at where you have the dysfunctional man, because where he came from. How a man is raised is basically how their mother raised them or where they came from. Or if they had a father or a mother in their life. That's why men do need to be in boys' lives, because how they're raised. You know what I mean? And a woman you could be a mama's boy and you could be a man. It's a difference. Because your mama can raise you to be a man, and your mama can raise you to be a mama's boy, and that can be one of them spoiled ones where the mama sometimes be feeling like can't no woman come before her, and where she feel like it seemed like she want to F them. You know what I'm saying?
See-
You have mothers like that. And you have mothers that teach their boys how to be men. Like, son, no, don't treat a woman like this. This how you treat a woman. So it's a
Okay, that's what I was
difference.
just about to
It's
say.
a difference. It's
So
a difference.
you pretty much agreeing?
Yes, I
Okay.
totally agree
Yeah, yeah.
in some ways. But go ahead. Elijah, I see you over there. You ready?
I have seen that scenario you described where sadly single mothers treat their sons like their man in every way other than sexually, not sexually.
Right.
And it's an unfortunate breakdown of our communities, societies, whatever. But when you talk about what it takes to create healthy men, which is where our healthy communities begin, whether we want to deal with it or not, the demographic evidence supports that fact. Point of fact,
Yeah, they go to the facts, y'all. Go
the
ahead, I'm
number
sorry.
one factor of a child's academic and professional success in this country for the past 50 years has been whether or not a father has been in the home. Not whether or not two parents, not whether or not one parent. The single most important factor is if father was there day to day. Now, that means there's a specific role that masculine, fatherly, paternal energy, patriarchy, serves in creating healthy children. And this means healthy adults, which means healthy communities. We have allowed others to teach us that manhood, maleness, patriarchy is bad. And that, in particular, our women, Black women, don't need no man. We get sold that
I
crap.
need one. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah,
Go
but we
ahead.
get sold that crap. I'm with you. We get sold that crap. They sell that. They push that down our throats. No other community in the United States that I'm aware of has bought into that stuff. White women talk that stuff about feminism, but they voted for the orangutan.
Mhm.
They follow their man. They do what their husband tell them. That's who they send. They didn't vote for Hillary. They follow their men. Only Africans in America believe that patriarchy is bad. The patriarchy. Everybody else is down, and it makes a
So
difference.
I don't know if y'all getting off for what I was saying. I'm just saying, like, women, pretty much in a nutshell, women nowadays don't support, help, encourage most women, their men, to make them better.
Okay,
And it
I did
goes-
get off on a
yeah,
tangent.
I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
still, it comes from because it still stems from that. Because a woman feel like I was raised with both parents in the house. My father was in the household, and I seen my father bring home the check to my mother every week. And my mother paid the bills. He took his little money out, bought his beer and cigarettes and shit. But at the most part, my mom had that money to pay the bills. And she was also independent. A lot of these so-called men today, they're not independent. Some of them are using women as crutches to get by. And a lot of women are frustrated by that, so they don't know how to okay.
Go ahead.
So they don't know, how to. They feel like, hey, if I got to do all this by myself and do this, that, and the third, then why should I be, making this man feel good? He should be making me feel good.
So,
Now, if you got a man that's paying the bills and he doing everything he's supposed to, yes, food on the table, yes, running the bath water, laundry done, house clean, sexually frustrated, I got you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get all the needs, and happy spouse, happy home. That's what I don't go with happy wife, happy life. Happy spouse, happy home, because it goes both ways.
right. But if he come home and say, babe, I had a bad day at work, got into it with the supervisor today. They suspended me indefinitely. Then what?
Then
That's what I'm getting at. It's no
But then it goes back to, I got it, baby.
nah.
You crazy.
See, you just said
I'm
that
in a
if
no.
he
I
doing
just
all
said,
this,
but if he doing all that, and you have an independent woman and she getting it too, hey, we just go. We gotta weather this. To what relationships about. You have to weather
well,
that
that's your
shit out with
mentality.
him.
That's yours.
Yeah, because I'm a
But
grown ass
yeah,
woman.
but most women don't think like that.
I'm a grown
That's
ass
what I'm
woman.
getting at. When a dude loses his job,
But you gotta think what you just said. You gotta get a grown ass woman. When you look, you gotta look at what you dating. You gotta look at what you seeking. Cause if you looking at the Instagram and the influencer, you go get, I wanna go eat. I wanna do this.
well,
No,
I think
I'm
that's
not.
because of men probably like fucking now.
I mean, but if they had somebody that was handling it, do you know if you handle the one you got that's taking care of their business, you wouldn't even have to spend on. You could be saving a lot of money.
No, I
You
get it.
you save a lot of money.
Good
When
wife
yo-
is a great investment.
You save a lot of money when you
And I
got
don't
one
have
thing
one.
on your plate instead of having 10 plates.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you gotta do too much. You doing too much then. Make the one at home happy, and then you don't have to worry about it. Cause at the end of the day, if a woman go cheat on a man, she gotta be totally done with him and feeling like, hey, I'm sick of this. She done warned about 10 times. I would never cheat on my nigga. I would leave him before I cheat on him.
I'm glad you said that because that's actually gonna tie into what I got to talk about.
I
next,
leave him
but-
before I cheat on him.
And Rob knows this. I take a bit of a more holistic viewpoint. Everything that you both said is indeed demonstrable in our community. There are sisters.
What that word mean?
You can prove it. You can see it.
Okay.
You can demonstrate.
I didn't know.
I like words.
You know I can't move like.
I don't know what demonstrable
Dog.
means.
All right,
I'm
all
just
right,
trying to
all right.
learn something.
All right.
I love it.
There are plenty of sisters out here that are like, hey, if a Negro ain't got this money, I'm out. There are plenty of Negroes out here that are, manipulating, using women for, money and sex and whatever. And there's plenty of all of that. I'm not going to say that either of those are typical. I don't have the demographic data to bear that out, but I have seen both of those on occasion. But ultimately, what it always comes down to is there is a human nature that we have an instinct to go towards. And that energy can be distorted by external forces.
I feel like I'm sitting next to Malcolm X.
I'm trying to tell you.
As Neely
I love
Fuller
educated
said,
man.
as Neely Fuller said, if one does not understand the nature of white supremacy, everything else he understands will only serve to confuse him. That is the case. To begin with, when you say happy wife, happy life, there is truth and logic to that. The nature of human beings is for men, males, to care for their wives and their children. That is what we are built to do. So he is the proactive force to make sure she is happy. Her job is not to be the proactive force to make him happy. He is supposed to be making her happy, and her happiness as a result will create happiness. So happy wife, happy life has its foundation in truth. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world in which we as Black people control these things. We live in their world, and they allocate specifically financial, professional, and of academic resources and accolades to everyone but Black males. Black males are public enemy number one. So we have the least amount of ability to provide those things. It is not unnatural for a woman, whatever her ethnicity, to expect to be taken care of by a man. That is what humans are supposed to do. Unfortunately, we live under white supremacy. And white supremacy's primary goal is to make sure that Black men have the least ability to do that. And because most of us don't understand how that works, there's resentment, there's anger, there's men that feel like, well, hell, if I'm not going to be respected as a man by the world, I'm going to be a slut, I'm going to be a jiggle, I'm going to take advantage of these women. Women that are like, well, these niggas ain't shit, I'm going to do whatever. You got a whole lot of broke back, dudes out here, more than ever. You got all these women that is trisexual, bisexual. Our
It's a lot of
natural
components.
relationships
We
are
fuck.
being attacked.
Right.
And I guess I wasn't asked this, but the way to counter this destruction of the black family is first to be aware that the issue is external, not internal. Black men are not lazy, good for nothing shits. Black women are not obnoxious, demanding.
And attitudes and bad
They are not.
attitudes.
White
No.
supremacy is taking our most base instincts and warping them
Mm-hmm.
to the point to where it creates conflict in our communities, in our families, in our homes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They never been in our shoes for one, so they can't tell us how to act or how we should feel or how things should go in our life. So I just feel like, hey, they never been in our shoes. Like I said, our skin color stagnates us from getting a lot of places, being where we need to be and everything because of who we are and the color of our skin. So period.
so you got smart and beautiful. You got intelligent and smart,
That's Malcolm
right?
X.
And then you got me, who don't give a damn. And I feel like I hear what y'all saying, and it's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's very informational, and y'all make sense. But in my opinion, it's the women's fault.
No, it's not.
It's
would
their
argue that,
fault
Lynn.
because you can't worry about what the other people have caused. You're supposed to deal with
See,
what's
you
here.
would, but you talking to somebody that was go vote for Trump at first.
Who, me?
Yeah,
no,
you.
I said I wasn't voting for nobody. I said I wasn't voting at all. I said I wasn't voting for
I
at
heard
all.
that, Elijah.
Yeah, I wasn't voting at all. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
but I get what you're saying, but no, it
Mm.
doesn't. And it's all
And then
about
now,
who you
all the shit
dating.
we see today, I don't know. Shit, hey, well, fuck it. We fuck so it is what it is. Women say fuck the men, and men
And all
say
women
fuck the
don't
women.
say fuck
Well,
the
not
women.
all. I said most. Most is not 100%. It's 99.
It's
It's not 99.
I'm just bullshit. I'm just
It's
bullshit.
not.
Let's get past that. When any of us says things like, "Well, women do this or men do that," we know that we're not talking about every single
It's a
one on
cause
the
and
planet.
effect
Yeah.
So
to everything. It's a cause and effect to everything. Like some women, they probably was the best girl in the world and like they were so sweet as pie until they just got a dog ass man that dogged them out. And then that's what you getting out of these women, most of them. Women, so first of all, we are very sensitive and we love hard. It doesn't, we're our maternal instinct on children and men. We treat our men good, but it take a man to dog a woman out, and then that's all she wrote, baby. I got a devil on this shoulder and an angel on another. When it come to men, I thank God that I got a good man. But honey, if I was still dating in this world, honey, I wouldn't be shit either.
But you know what's crazy
And
with
I'm just
that?
being honest.
And I'm gonna let this lead right into
And
the
I'm
next
not gonna
thing.
say, hold on, I'm not gonna say that. I would just say I would be dating. And dating is dating. I'm single and I'm doing what I'm doing. And that's my business.
Right.
Nobody else's.
Yeah.
And I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. Period.
Right. But it just be weird to me sometimes. Like the comment you just made about if a woman get dogged by a man, men get dogged by women too.
It's a cause and effect. I just said it's a cause
but
and
I'm
effect.
saying, but they get dogged by women too. Now you said if a man dog me, da da da. Most women think like the same way you thinking, but most men, I ain't gonna say most because I don't know. I got to go back to the stat part. I don't know stats like Elijah do, but I think men.
You see how he trying to shade you,
Some men,
Elijah? You see that?
hey, he just smart. But I think men would deal with a lot more. It's gonna lead to what the fuck I'm about to talk about, but I think men will deal with a lot more, in my opinion. Some women told me that no, that ain't true. It take a lot for us to be like, fuck it.
It do.
All right, well, I guess
It
that's
do.
why the world
And
fucked up.
I'm a woman, so I can say that.
I guess that's why
I mean,
relationship
I just think
in the community.
I mean, I'm a woman. I can, and I'm a smart woman. I've been there. I've done a lot of things in my life, and I done been in some places I ain't had no business being, and I done been in some places that, hey, but I just know from experience that I never would have. I mean, but I didn't let my circumstances allow me to judge a man because every man is the same syndrome. No, I didn't go through that. I chose and picked who I felt like shit and was.
But
Discernment, baby, discernment. It took me a long time to get there.
It is challenging as a man who is not there yet, who is single and looking. I applaud your discernment.
what that
I
word
am-
mean?
Uh,
I don't know.
Discernment means being
ability to
able
tell
to
what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
to distinguish. Do you know what distinguish means?
Yeah, I know what that
Okay.
mean.
I'm just
That's when you
I mean,
push shit out, right?
Yeah, you
That's when
bring
you
up-
push shit out, right?
Yeah, but you outline certain things you're looking
Okay.
for. And you're not.
Distinguish, yeah,
distinguish it.
you
Make
you're
sure
able
it's-
to tell the
Hey,
I ain't
goddamn.
mad. You gotta
Okay.
handle your business.
All right, goddamn.
Speaking personally from my own experience, I still have, I don't know if it's an issue or not, but she still got to be fine. And I have
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I've known quite a few wonderful women who I believe would make wonderful wives and mothers, but I wasn't attracted to them. And that is a big quote unquote hindrance for me to finding, what is necessarily best for me in the
But
long
every
run.
man has a different preference that they want from a woman.
Oh, certainly, but I'm saying
So
I'm
if that's
confessing.
your preference,
No,
that's your preference.
My preference isn't really different from most men, but I just think that my preoccupation with physicality definitely makes it more challenging for me to enact this discernment that you speak on.
Mhm.
And in many ways, I envy women because they seem to be much less caught up in the aesthetic.
I think we
You know.
caught on by now. See, y'all slow at catching up on things. See, women, we caught on. We caught on a long time ago. So it's like, and I think we still, it's like we didn't got hit in our head so many times. We know what to do now. I can say I'm that person, but at my age, I'm still learning too. So it's still shit. I be like, now why did I do that dumb shit? But it's a learning experience. Just don't do it again.
Right.
Well, I think that it's a fundamental gender thing. I think that it is the nature of female primates.
Whatever,
seek out-
Elijah. I'm
No,
telling
no,
you.
It's the nature of female primates
I'm
to
glad
seek
you got
out,
these big
seek
ass
out
words
security.
together.
Well, no. I mean, they want to seek
I
out
love it.
security.
Right.
Security
True.
is money. It's intellect. It's all of the different
It's a
things
lot.
that make for security. Whereas males, we are looking for the best place with which to spread our seed, which is what we like.
Yeah.
And our instinct is to go after that. And it costs in certain ways. But, I mean, nature is nature.
Well, look, let me get into this last thing because we only got a couple minutes left. I'm going to read a quote, then I'm going to explain it real quick. I think it's going to be very informational to the world, goddammit. Surround yourself with those whose values align with yours because we are often the sum of the company we keep.
That's facts.
So what I mean by that, what made me even look at this, I think a lot of people would destroy their lives being influenced by others who don't give a fuck about you. That's what I should have wrote, typed in.
And
but
that's
that's
true.
what I
That's
mean
all
by
of
it.
social media.
Yeah, I mean it's not even social media.
It is.
I can't even say it. I mean it's that and more. It's physical people
But
who
I
be
feel-
around you.
And I'm gonna keep this brief. But I feel like if social media didn't play a big role in our lives today, a lot of people would be a lot more humane than they were. Than they are now. Because social media plays a big part in the way people are behaving now. They're keeping up their fronts. And it's just like, because I still say if social media was in my era, I would be a billionaire by now. And I just feel like I'm dead freaking serious. I just feel like some of these kids slow. They fast, but they slow. I love a lot of the millenniums, but they don't listen either. I just feel like if they listen to the OGs plus did put their spin on it, they would be the shit. But they care about too much about what their peers think and how everybody feel about them. So social media, when you got cameras on you, Diddy probably wouldn't be in jail right now if it wasn't for social media.
So So okay,
I'm just being honest.
yeah, because the camera, there's probably a lot of motherfuckers probably
Right.
been
So
in
social
jail
media plays a
because if
big
social
role
media was
in
around.
a lot of the deconstructing of the mindset.
I have never been a person that has condemned social media out and out. It definitely has its minuses, but it has its pluses. I guess what I've come to is it's basically another tool. And if you are a disciplined, moral, capable individual, you
Gotta
can
use
use
it.
social media
Gotta know
to
how to
do a
use
lot
it.
of good things. If you are not, you can use it to destroy yourself. I don't think that it really helps or harms. I think that it just accentuates what's there. Like alcohol or cars or anything. If you don't know what you're doing, you can tear yourself up with it.
Yes.
And if you do know what you're doing, you can move mountains. So,
But okay, that's your opinion on the internet. But I also think that you can be influenced by people.
certainly.
Yes.
Meaning, if you single or if you married and you hanging with single women, you would fuck your shit up.
That's not a gender thing.
I ain't say gender.
Well, you said if you marry your woman, you'll fuck it if a man. I mean, if you run with
I'm talking about the influence
the
part.
single crowd,
Yeah, I'm talking about the influence. I ain't
it's
speaking
going
on
to be
men or women. I'm just
difficult
yeah.
for you to be. You have the people that you are around, the people that you emulate. You can, like the man said, you can behave your way into a new way of thinking. You can't think your way into a new way of behaving.
Right.
So, if I am blessed to find a wife, I would definitely change a great deal of my social habits because right now
You
I'm
have
I'm
to.
out here, okay, and I'm putting myself in the position to be tempted and to be temptation. Which you if you're trying to not do that, you kind of can't do that. So yeah, I think that people like my parents who were blessed with 57 years together, I think they tell you, when you're married, you don't move like you did when you're single. You don't run with the single folks. When you single, you don't run with the married folks because then they go. I got married friends. I don't kick it with them like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night because they together and I'm by my damn self and I ain't gonna
Right.
get where I want to be.
Right. Right.
So yeah, you're right. The cognitive dissonance, the groupthink is a powerful thing, and people need to be aware. It's very difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very difficult for you to basically say it. Even though everybody around me is doing this, it's not going to affect me. That's very
And you
difficult
just
to
got
do.
to be a weak ass individual to do what other people do anyway. Because I'm a leader, I'm not a follower.
I was just about to say that.
I do what the
Like,
fuck I want to do. I don't do what other people doing. I mean, some people are weak minded where they are followers because I've seen it before, trust and believe. But I'm glad God has gave me the ability to be who I am and just to be a strong person and not be the person that's been a follower or do what other people do and monkey see monkey do and Simon Says type. I'm not that girl. I'm sorry.
yeah, exactly. And that's what I was just finna fucking say. You know what I'm saying? If you allow yourself to be in that situation and act on it, then you a follower and or you don't give a damn about if it's a marriage thing. Now, if it's something else, either way it go, your life, marriage, whatever, you don't give a damn if you allow somebody. You done gave up, in my opinion.
I disagree to an extent.
You at your point that like I'm doing me.
No, I disagree to an extent. I'm paraphrasing. But again, my example is my parents who seem to do it better than anybody I've ever known. And one of the things that my father taught me was you're not faithful because you love your spouse. You're faithful because you're smart. Now, what do I mean by that? For most men, and probably a lot of women, actually, for most men, kitty cat is like crack. We are wired to be addicted to it. You don't go to the crack house if you're trying to leave crack alone. You go into the crack house, well, I'm in here, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna go in it. You gonna smoke some rock eventually. So you have to be smart and say, you know what? I'm an addict. I can't go in there. You have to have, in my opinion, opinion of people much wiser than me, to have discernment to know that even though I am not a follower, I'm a leader. But see, let's speak from a male perspective. Much as I love this kitty cat, I can't be going up in here every weekend. And these women, they can't wait to give me this kitty cat, especially because they know my wife. They can't wait to give me this kitty cat. Yeah, you might go once in a while and you can be strong. But if you constantly going up in there like Pookie, and you constantly looking at these piles of cracks, sooner or later you're going to be like, Scotty, I'm going to die. It's going to happen. You have to be smart and say, hey,
Wait,
you
wait
know
a
what?
minute, what you just say?
Oh, I did the New Jack City. Nobody remember.
I know you're talking about.
Chris
I know-
Rock.
yeah.
He said Scotty beat me up.
Scotty, I'm gonna die. You ever know? Remember when?
You hear when he was in that camera?
Yeah, they was about to kill his ass. He said, Scotty, I'm gonna die. I mean, he was like, dude, you put Pookie in the crack house.
Right.
That ain't Pookie fault.
Right.
He a crackhead. You know. So now, bringing it full circle. As a man, I'm a single man. If I'm in a committed relationship with a woman, I'm going to be very wary of having my friend come over. Me and her gonna watch movies. We've done that for years, and nothing's ever happened. But see, now I'm in a relationship. You can't come in. You ain't gonna sit on couch. That I can't do that no more.
Right.
Because there's no point in putting that crack in front of me. Sooner
Right.
or later, the odds are good
That's
that
true.
you're gonna puff it. So bringing it full circle, it is. I believe it is important if you are in a relationship that you move like you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
you'll mess around and be like, I can't believe I did that. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you did. You didn't do it the first 10 times, but you got to it
Yes.
eventually. That doesn't mean that, if you're married to your wife and, you have some friends and you can't never go anywhere that is going to be once in a while, okay. But if you go out every weekend and you always run, sooner or later you're going to slip.
And that's the thing too. Like, I don't understand, and we're gonna move to our next thing because I know you had something to
No,
say.
it ain't nothing else after this.
Oh, but I just don't understand how, like, with me, I'm a woman, I'm in a relationship, and I'm not hating on nobody, but I can't go. I'm just not that girl that can just go out every night and I got a man at home because I need to go home to my man because I got something good at home. So if I'm out on the street every night, that's either because I'm looking for something or I'm not happy at home.
I don't
And you're
think
making it
Yeah,
easy for the
yes, it
cleanup
is.
woman.
Don't
You make
say
it easy
things
for the
that
cleanup
don't.
woman when you ain't there.
I'm a woman and I'm saying this. I'm a woman and I'm telling you this. Me per se, I don't, even when I go out now, like I have my spurts when I want to go out I go to brunch with my girlfriends. We get drunk during the day. I'm back at home because I'm ready to lay in bed with my man. Some nights I want to go out with my friends. I want to have a girls' night. It's
in a
okay
while.
to do that thing. But to be out every night, being in somebody's face and some other girl man face, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a man at home. That's some wicked shit to me.
I don't think it's wicked. I think it's
I mean-
foolish. You're asking for trouble.
Yeah, that's wicked to me.
Now watch this.
Because I know the outcome of it. That's why I'm telling you.
That's probably
it's
the most.
wicked.
Yeah, that's probably the most common things. But I also think that someone can be insecure and just need that attention from other people, even though
And you right about that because
Yeah.
I know some women like that. I
Yeah.
know some women
they
that
just
got men at home
good men
and got good guys at home, but just want to be out in the streets
for the
and just want
attention.
for the attention.
Mhm.
Just want the attention.
Mhm.
Baby girl, you don't need all that because
See.
the only person you need to get attention from is that man.
Mm.
If you that who you say you is anyway, you got the attention when you don't even know you got the attention. Hey, I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
Mhm.
It's like attention. You. It's a magnetic thing to you. You don't even have to be, in a guy face. They recognize you before you even recognize them.
Right.
Men,
And that goes
men
for
are
men,
sluts.
too.
Men,
Yeah.
men, are, men in
Yeah.
particular are sluts. It's not quite
It's
the
Some
men
same.
who
people
do that
need that as a
bullshit, too.
confidence
Yeah.
booster.
Well,
Not me.
I would say that I understand and appreciate people, gender aside, that enjoy being appreciated by various people. I'm not gonna sit up here like like the lady said. You only need attention from that man.
I I still like to make sure I got it though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
I'm not.
bullshit you.
I ain't mad if my woman enjoys the fact that when she walks in the room, all the brothers drop their drink. I ain't mad.
That's how it's supposed to be.
And it's a fun thing. I know I like it. On the rare, well, hey, you got to keep it to the crib.
Yeah,
keep it to the crib if you try to be in a relationship.
Yeah, well, shit, we about to get the fuck up out of here. Goddamn it! Thanks, Elijah.
My pleasure.
Sean, Eve, Marie. Goddamn it! Until next time, peace. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the motherfucking show.
You hear me?
Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment. Goddamn it! Until next time, peace.
Let me talk my ass,